Hi, this is James of Megalife 21, the hardest hitting internet talk radio station on the planet, and I am here once again at the Newsletter Censored Research Center in northeastern New Jersey, along with, of course, my longtime partner in the organization, the Reverend Dr. William J. Eisenman, and off in the distance, in her office, very busy as usual, is the personal assistant to the Wizard Azibuko, Esmeralda. How's everybody doing?
Fine.
Here.
Okay, so Esmeralda, I thank you for helping me last night at the East Coast Professional Wrestling TV taping at the Elks Lodge in Paramus, New Jersey.
You're welcome.
And we had a very interesting situation. The camera person that normally takes care of East Coast Professional Wrestling's nationwide TV tape show was sick. He didn't show up. Actually, security didn't show up. So what happened was Andrew Anderson and promoter Mr. Italy Gino Caruso asked me as a favor, please, could you help out? And at first I was very reluctant to do so, because the concept of me keeping my mouth shut and not giving my opinion and being silent for hours is an inconceivable concept. I mean, I figure, okay, it's an emergency, a duty calls, and the organization the organization needed me, so I did it, and we'll see what happens. I mean, as far as I could see, the quality was good. Okay, the sound in the video, so we'll see. But I have to return to my ECPW uncensored the next time the TV taping comes around, because I cannot be behind the scenes. I got to be there, out front, giving my opinion like I normally do. Uncensored version, mind you. No FCC or corporate control. You hear honest opinions, you hear curse words, you hear everything. This is the underground media. Internet talk radio and internet talk video. Now, I want to read an article that I got from the New York Times. Yes, it's still concerning healthcare reform and the war that's going on in Washington between the so-called liberal Democrats and the wicked, greedy, bottom-line motivated, right-wing conservative Republicans.
The naysayers.
The naysayers?
Yeah. The party of no. No, 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 no. They say no to everything.
No, 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 no. But when it comes to welfare, when it comes to
corporations,
bailouts,
yes.
corporate bailouts, that's welfare too. That's a form of socialism, right, Reverend Bill? They say yes to that. See, it's like it's hypocritical. It's a double standard with right-wing conservatives. But anyway, let me read this. Excuse me, I have to wear reading glasses. Washington. Okay, this is by Robert Pear and David M. What the fuck is this guy's name? Herzenhorn. Oh gosh, what a name. David M. Herzenhorn and Robert Pear. Okay, actually pears are in season now. It's the end of September 2009. Just have to throw that in, because I think fruit is a wonderful thing. All right, Washington. Senate Democrats on Friday preserved the guts of their proposal to reinvent the health care system, but Republicans scored political points on several issues. Oh, really? I guess the New York Times kind of likes conservatives, huh? They scored points.
No, the conservatives called the New York Times a liberal biased newspaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Like the effects of the bill on older Americans. Okay. The Democrats beat back Republican attacks on the legislation as the Senate Finance Committee deferred some of the most contentious issues to next week. By a vote of 14 to 9, the committee rejected an amendment by Senator John Kyle, a Republican of, or I should say Republican, of Arizona, that would have prohibited the federal government from defining the specific health benefits that insurers must offer. The government would prescribe a minimum package of benefits under all health bills pending in Congress. Oh, they love that word minimum, the Republicans. On the other side of the Capitol, Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Friday that Democratic leaders were considering a tax on high-cost health insurance policies to help finance coverage of the uninsured. The bill pending in the Senate Finance Committee would raise more than $200 billion over 10 years by imposing such a tax on health plans with premiums exceeding $8,000 for individuals and $21,000 for families. House Democratic leaders and committee chairmen showed no interest in such a tax earlier this year. They have drafted a sweeping health care bill that would impose a surtax on families with incomes of more than $350,000 a year. Ms. Pelosi has said she would like to raise the threshold to $1 million. That would reduce the amount of revenue raised to make up the difference. House leaders are examining the idea of a tax on high-end insurance plans, but many Democrats have reservations about the idea. Oh, really? In part because they believe that insurers would pass on the costs to employers and employees. Really?
That's what they do now.
Okay. Representative Joe Courtney, Democrat of Connecticut, said some teachers in his state could be affected. Quote, a tax on health benefits in the name of reform will punish middle-class residents from states with high medical costs who have no control over medical inflation, unquote, Mr. Courtney said. Quote, it would be a bitter pill for these working families to pay a tax on benefits that were preserved through wage and salary concessions for the last 2 decades, unquote. 3 House committees approved comprehensive health care bills in July. Ms. Pelosi met for 3 hours on Friday with her leadership team and with chairmen of the 3 committees, who are trying to reach a consensus before they take a bill to the House floor this fall. When the Finance Committee resumes work next week, it will tackle dozens of proposed amendments. The committee chairman, Senator Max Baucus, that motherfucker, a Democrat of Montana, had said the panel on Friday would take up the explosive question of whether to create a government-run insurance plan to compete with private insurers. But he decided to put the issue off until Tuesday. Quote, this was a good week, unquote, Mr. Baucus said. Quote, it was a productive week, unquote. We have time? All right.
This bill is certainly not productive.
No. Republicans did not prevail on any amendments to which Democrats objected, but Senator Michael B. Enzi of Wyoming said he and other Republicans had effectively publicized 2 messages that the bill would do little to bring down the cost of insurance and that it would in effect tap Medicare to help pay for coverage of the uninsured. Excuses, excuses. A new report from the Congressional Budget Office analyzes possible effects of the legislation on premiums in the individual insurance market. Such premiums, it said, quote, would tend to be higher because... Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Should have told me before we were running out of time. All right, cut.